see, it's just all up front. So
Very nice. I love it. All right, look here. We are live for another edition of Whiskey, Women, and Wisdom here. I am so tickled to get this started again. And we have a phenomenal guest on here, ladies. And this is Penny. Hey, better known as
hey guys, how's it going?
Hey,
Yeah.
just in the
How's
house,
y'all's Wednesday? We're
right?
drinking a little bit. Drinking a little
Right,
bit.
a little bit, a little bit. I got mine right here. Now tell me,
All
what are you?
right.
What you
I am
got?
actually drinking Screwball peanut butter whiskey. It is
Ooh,
so good straight. It's got a little sweetness to it. It's nice.
Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah, I actually cut mine with Maker's Mark so that it's not quite as sweet.
Wow. Okay, I have not heard of that one before. I'm gonna have to look that up because I like it.
Uh,
That's my thing. Hey, I got a birthday coming up. Somebody gonna have
oh,
to.
there you go. There you
Hey,
go.
I am so excited to have you on here. Okay, so tell me, let's tell the ladies first of all what you do as far as your regular job.
My regular job or my 9 to 5, as you say.
That's it.
I
Absolutely.
am an ER nurse. I've been a nurse for a little over 25 years. Everything from ICU trauma to ER. I've even done forensic nursing. So after 25 years, I've done a little bit of everything. So that is currently my 9 to 5. I work in a freestanding ER in Round Rock right now.
Nice, nice. And how long have you been there?
I've actually, so since I started this, I've actually only been at this location, what I'm doing right now, since the end of February because I quit my full-time gig and
Oh,
decided to start this up. So I work there, what they call PRN, which is per required need. So I make my own schedule. I work as many or as little hours as I want to, because working full time was not conducive of me doing all of this. It took a little while to get there, but I got there. So,
that's
and part of
you.
being a nurse, I have to keep up my skills.
And I'm
So I will
and I'm
always have a clock in kind of job to keep those skills up. But again, it'll be when I want to work.
and that is great. And I'm so happy to hear you're on here. So how long have you been an RN?
I graduated from my RN in 2000. Prior to that, I was an LVN, as Texas calls them. In South Carolina, it's called LPN. And before that, I was a CNA. So I started out on the bottom and worked my way up um, through my education. And I am about 5 classes away from my master's degree.
Okay,
So I'm taking a little break of the school thing to do this, but eventually I want to get my nurse practitioner.
lovely. That is freaking awesome. I love that. Okay, so tell the ladies how we know each other.
So I have only been in Texas for not quite 3 years. And when I got here, of course, I ride. I was looking for my tribe, that kind of thing. So I got on a few different ladies groups. Through one of those, I ended up at the very first LIL rally
Mm-hmm.
and met some wonderful people there and that kind of thing, which in turn got me hooked up with you via Facebook. I started watching some videos and started following you and that kind of deal. And we had talked online because I was interested, and you had just gotten started with the coaching. I was interested in starting my own business, but wasn't sure where to go. So we had some conversations, and then you ended up showing up at Syntex Harley Davidson, a garage party that I was at. And I walked up to you and was like, I know you. And we had a great conversation. We ended up at Hardtails, had some fun, and just kind of kept going. And you really put me in line. Like I said, I'd been thinking about doing this for a long time. And you really put me in line with, you can do this. You can do this. You put the work into it. You can do this. COVID kind of stalled things because what I do is an in person kind of stuff, but that was okay. It gave me some time to develop a good plan, get everything in line. We all want instant gratification.
Oh,
COVID made me have to wait till when the time was right. So it actually worked out really well, even though a lot of people had some problems during COVID. For me, it worked out really well.
absolutely. Do you remember seeing the video where I talk about tell me what you could talk about for at least 30 minutes and not be scripted or not have?
Absolutely. That was one of the first ones I watched. And I was like, I can talk about this for hours. What I usually tell people is what I'm doing right now combines my two loves, which is medicine and motorcycles, right? I can literally talk about how to save each other's lives, accident scene management, prevention, what you need to do. This will eventually be an all-encompassing training. I am not just accident scene certified. I am an AHA, which is American Heart Association, BLS instructor, heart saver, CPR first aid for the layperson as well. And by the end of this summer, I will have my MSF BRC as well. I will be teaching other women how to ride motorcycles. I've been fortunate enough to be able to do some advanced skills with the Round Rock Police Department and another moto cop that I know in the area. And I can't wait until I can start doing the advanced as well. But little steps at a time. So, like I said, Texas Trauma and Lifesaver Training will be a full encompassing, not just motorcycle training, but all around training center.
Okay, so see, let me just say, I can't tell you how that lights up my heart to hear that because I'm on my soapbox often telling women all the time. If it's something, the first thing you start with, if it's something that you can talk about for at least 30 minutes and you don't need a script and you have that passion for it, if you find two, three, or at least four things that way, you're talking about multi-million dollar status to put those things together. And here's the rest.
And I have to say that the feedback that I've gotten when I've talked to other people when I was first starting to do this is don't lose that passion, because that passion is what's going to get you those sponsorships, what's going to get you those corporate, sponsors to help you with this. That is because just listening to you is making me excited about it. And I was like, okay, all right. So fortunately, I did get to find my niche. This is, my thing. The secondary thing, being a girl, I ride, I teach, and there's not a lot of us out there that do what I'm doing. And there's another whole, I don't want to play the chick card or anything like that, but it is definitely a blessing to be a woman right now in this world, in this society, and seeing the opportunities that we have. There are not enough female riding coaches. There are not enough female instructors out there in general throughout the motorcycle community, and I am really, really excited to be one of those here in Texas.
And I am so, so proud, real quick, to let you know. First of all, you are cute as a button. And
Thank you.
neither one of us are what one would consider spring chickens per
Not
se.
at all. Not
To
at all.
be able to do this a little later in life, on the second quarter of life, because I believe there's 4 quarters. We haven't even hit the third quarter yet, as far as I'm concerned. And to be able to do that and to lift other women up the way you're going to be able to do this with the riding coaching and showing them the safety procedures and everything. Oh my gosh, that is such a huge thing. And the fact of doing it. So let me ask you this. Has there been a little fear in there at all?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will say this, if I was a little younger still and still had my kids at home and was a little more worried about needing that guaranteed income, this would be much scarier. Now
Okay,
it's just my husband and I, right?
sure.
So I talked to him. This was the time for me to take that leap. This was our time in our life. And I didn't want to wait until I was 70. I didn't want to do the whole retirement. One of my favorite things to say was, I was trying to figure out how to get paid to ride my motorcycle. That's what I wanted to do.
Come on
You
now.
know,
Come on.
let me get paid to ride my motorcycle.
Say it loud
And
for the
I
bitches in
figured
the
it
back.
out. And yes, it is
Oh,
scary. It was scary putting that notice in to that guaranteed job. It was scary having to figure out insurance without a job. It was scary thinking that there are some months I may not have any income depending on what's going on, or I may have great income, and it was scary trying to think about, not living just paycheck to paycheck. I had to start thinking, I have to be a month ahead or 2 months ahead or 6 months ahead.
come on
And I
now.
will tell you this, running your own business is 24/7. It is not a clock in, clock out.
Absolutely. And this is the great part. And I'm going to get on to what you are teaching, but this is the great part that I'm trying to get them to understand. We ride our motorcycles and we're scared sometimes. We do all types of things and we're scared, but we still do it. So why not become your own business owner and be scared and earn money while you're doing that 9 to 5 thing, starts your side hustle, because we all love the same thing, and trying to
Absolutely.
explain to them that it's enough business and enough people out there for everyone doesn't resonate with me. I got a mouth on me. I drink whiskey. Okay.
Okay, I was being nice, but I'm gonna tell you, any of my friends could tell you I got a mouth on me too. I cuss like a sailor. I drink like a fish. I tell people all the time, I'm a nurse. So my two favorite things, caffeine and alcohol.
Come
Right.
on.
So,
I love it. I
but
absolutely.
it's okay. That's who I am. And the funnest thing is, yes, I train other nurses too. So that I have to be a little more professional.
Sure,
I
sure, sure.
love training bikers. I love it. I get to say what I want. I can make, all kinds of inappropriate. My CPR dummies have ball gags in their mouth. We get to play all kinds of stuff. And I absolutely love being able to get them to open up and be themselves, and I can be myself, and we can really learn together.
Oh, I
So,
love that. I love that. Okay, okay. So what classes and training do you do exactly?
okay, so I am what they call an accident scene management instructor. This was a program that was put on by the Road Guardians, which are out of Wisconsin. The
Okay.
young lady that owns that is a nurse. She's been a writer way longer than I have, but she's a little older than I am. But I love her to death. And she saw a need for this kind of trauma training. She developed the curriculum and had it accredited by the American Nurses Association. This is a big thing. If you are a nurse, a CNA, an EMT, or anybody who needs medical CEUs, my class actually gives you 6 medical CEUs. It is completely accredited. So
Huh.
I trained with her and took that curriculum here to Texas, right? So it is well beyond your CPR and first aid. We teach trauma training. So it is airway management, it is stop the bleed, it is helmet removal, it is spinal stabilization. What I do is teach you what to do that first 5 to 30 minutes after an accident before EMS gets there. Do you know what to do when somebody goes down? Do you know what to do if they have a compound fracture? If they have a piece of glass in their groin? Do you know when to remove a helmet? How to remove a helmet? Do you know if you have to move them to safety, how to do that? Do you know how to protect yourself and the scene and preserve evidence for when the cops get there? It is an all encompassing class. So
Oh,
we do the whole thing. So it starts with, I'm going to show you my little thing. So I give you these cards. I know you can't see them, but it's
yeah.
based on a acronym that's called PACT, and it's prevent injury, assessing the situation, contacting EMS, and then treating the injured using your ABCs, which everybody knows is airway, breathing, circulation. But we go into the SSs, which is shock and spinal immobilization. So I have a basic, an advanced, and a professional class. So the professional class is for your EMTs, your firefighters, your police officers. Because believe it or not, your EMTs, paramedics, firefighters, and police officers don't get this kind of training. Car accidents are a very different type of accident than a motorcycle accident.
Oh,
The
I was
mechanism of injury, what can happen, and all of that is very different. Most
sure.
of your EMTs don't even know how to remove a helmet properly. So I am super excited to be able to teach this class and train people. Um, I've got some pushback, I'm just going to say, on the cost. So my
What?
classes are
What? What?
$85. Yeah, I
What?
know. Listen,
No, back up.
$85.
No,
It's a
wait. Back
7-hour course. You
back
get a
up.
cute little, look at that patch. You get a cute little patch. You get a certificate, lasts 2 years, just like your American Heart Association, BLS, all of that. But I'm getting pushback, and I'm like, you'll spend $100 to put chrome on your bike, but you won't spend $85 to save your brother or sister's life.
Wait. What you mean? Wait a minute. What do you mean you getting pushback? Maybe I
I'm
understand your definition of pushback, because pushback to me means they're telling you they don't want to pay it. It's too expensive. They ain't got the
Yep,
money, and it's not. They don't see value.
yep. That's
Oh,
exactly it. That's exactly it.
see.
So that one's hard. Like I said, that one's hard because I'm not overcharged. I mean, this is the basics cost of this class. In California, these classes are going for $125 to $150,
Do
right?
not lower your prices.
I am not. I give some discount codes. I give discounts for military and law enforcement
That's
and first responders. I offered a discount for like International Women's Day, that kind of deal. I do some discounts because my goal is to get everybody that is out there riding trained. That is my goal.
and I
I
understand,
want them all trained.
and I got that. But here's the thing. This is your livelihood, and we have to get out of the mindset, right? And people have to be trained. You will go out and put chrome on your bike, as you said. They'll go out and get lowers or what, a screaming eagle, any
Hmm.
kind that they want. They'll go out and spend money on some HD clothes, and we all know HD stands for $100, not
Hundreds of dollars.
right, not that other thing. So you have to learn to make sure people understand your value, even if it means tweaking and doing some other items, because it sends a different message when you lower it, because the value is definitely there. That's like when I talk to people about getting accidental insurance and all of these GoFundMe accounts. We
Yes,
have to be responsible for our other brothers and sisters, and if this
absolutely.
means taking this course and saving someone's life, this is a huge deal for
It's a
us.
huge deal. And I'm a nurse, so everything I do is evidence-based. Everything I teach, everything I go by is evidence-based. So the class is based on trauma nursing core curriculum as well as trauma combat core curriculum, right? So my son is a combat medic for the Army. Go Army. Um, so one of the things that pushed me into doing this is he said, Mom, the only time I've ever used a tourniquet outside of a combat setting was a motorcycle accident because he's a paramedic.
Yeah,
So this got me thinking, and I already knew how to use a tourniquet. I'm an ER nurse,
sure.
right? So I started carrying one. And then I was like, other people, what if I go down? Do they know how to use it? Do they know how to save me? And I
Honestly, I
was
don't
like,
know how to use one. I can honestly say I
and
do. I've
I
seen this.
teach,
I don't know. Okay,
I
well, I'm
teach
going to
this.
place.
Yes, you'll have to take the class. I teach this. I teach you how to use it. We practice it. It is hands-on and didactic. So you get both going to show you some PowerPoints. We're going to talk. We're going to laugh. It's a fun class. If you look at my reviews, anybody's taken it, it is a fun class. You get to play. You get to play with tourniquets. You get to play with compression dressings. You get to, take helmets on and off and figure all of that out. We're going to lay you on the ground and show you how to move people, all of that. It's a fun class on top of being
Sound.
super informative.
Yeah, it sounds very handy.
So it's very hands on, very hands on. Now, on
Okay.
top of that, again, if somebody needs CPR or first aid or AED training for their job, for their business, for anything, I do that as well. But that is separate from the motorcycle accident scene management. That is through the American Heart Association. I am a certified instructor for that, for the professional and the layperson. So I can teach nurses, doctors, dentists, all of that, as well as all of your rider and, academy coaches
Okay.
need first aid,
Let me ask.
all of that. I can do those too.
Okay. So how long is the certification good for?
It is good for 2 years, just like your CPR certification. We
Mm,
do offer a refresher course
okay.
that you don't have to take the full course if you take it within the 2 years. It is hands on or online. I always say hands on is always better. We did all of the online stuff because of COVID. And I don't feel like when you don't have somebody to really watch your skills and to talk to, am I doing this right? How
Sure.
do we do this? And ask questions. I just don't think it is as productive, or as, you're not getting as much information. But some people are still worried about that.
Okay. What is,
Right now I'm doing hands-on classes. We're trying to social distance, do all the things that we're supposed to do. I am fully vaccinated. I offer, show everybody, I clean everything. I actually bought a jiu-jitsu dummy, like that you stuff with stuff so that if somebody is not comfortable practicing some of the skills on a real person
sure.
in the class, I have that we can practice those on. So I try to take I'm a nurse. I try to take every precaution that I can within the class. But a lot of people take them with their friends. You don't want to be the only person. So you get 3 or 4 people, you go take it, and y'all can be in a group and not have to worry about it.
Okay. So
You
that was
know,
a question. What if they're in an MC or RC or Harley chapter or Indian chapter, whatever else, and they want to take your class as a group with their fellow people that are in their in their chapter or whatever else, or in their MC?
absolutely. I will come to you because that gives me a reason to ride my motorcycle somewhere. I will come to you. If you have a clubhouse, I'll come to your clubhouse. I have my own AV equipment and all of that. As long as I can get Wi Fi and that kind of thing, we can set everything up. I have all of my own dummies, everything. I provide everything you need. The only thing I ask that you bring, right, is a good attitude and a full face helmet so we can practice helmet removal. That's it. I
Okay.
provide everything else. So I
And
will
how
come to
many
you and
class?
do it in your club, do it at your hog chapter, do it
Do it.
wherever.
And how long
Yep.
is it class? What's the
So the
length?
class is about 7 hours. I say 7 hours because it depends on how much interaction. So normally I start at 9:30 in the morning. We're usually done somewhere between 4 and 5 with an hour lunch. you
Yeah.
know so it is, like I said, is fully encompassing. You are going to get hands on. We're going to discuss. You have free to ask questions. I'm going to show you different types of things you can carry on your bike, to help to protect yourself and to save somebody else in that unfortunate event. I've been riding for my entire life since I was dirt bikes at 8 years old. I have been personally in two major accidents myself where it was taken to the hospital and all of that. I have been the first on the scene for at least five. That doesn't mean that it was anybody's fault. It just happens sometimes. It just happens. And we are not as protected on a motorcycle as you are in a car. So, this to me is, again, I'm passionate about this. This to me is so important. I want every motorcyclist that I meet to know these skills and to be able to use them, feel confident in them, and know that they have the right equipment on their motorcycle to do what they need to do if the unthinkable happens.
Okay, so bringing that up, what type of supplies? So, like after they take the class, will you be able to tell them what type of supplies they should keep with them? What they need to have? Anything of that nature?
Absolutely. So I do, I got product,
Okay.
so I do have these trauma kit. This trauma kit that I have that I sell has everything that we go over in the class. So trauma shears, I've got an airway on the inside. There is a tourniquet. There's compression gauze. There's a Mylar blanket. There are gloves. There is an Israeli bandage, which I'm about to do a YouTube type instruction. I love the Israeli bandage. This is a new thing that has come out through combat medicine that I adore. I think it's easy to carry. It's going to be great for saving lives. And I'm going to do some instruction on that. That comes in this trauma kit as well. And I have these for sale. I have other airway and breathing apparatuses. So that one is like a pocket one. Everybody's had one of those keychain pocket, airway things. And you're like, whatever. I don't know exactly. But this one that I have is the full mask. So we talk about how to use it, what to do, and all of that. And it's still pretty small to carry on your bike. We also talk about lighting and making yourself visible during an accident. What happens if you get an accident in the middle of the night in rural Texas and little grandma's coming back from church and you're out there in black waving your arms, you know? So we talk about some things that are super easy to carry on your bike that will make you more visible, that will let, Grandma Ethel know that you're not a big scary biker trying to hurt her, that there's something going on. So like I said, it is a fully encompassing class.
Okay.
So you don't
Uh,
have to buy my kit. I
so
have no problem sending you a list.
how much is a kit?
They're $45. If
That's it.
you look online for a full Scott Lee trauma kit, they run anywhere from 50 to 60 plus shipping. So,
Okay.
and like I said, everything in there we go over in class. So you'll know how to use it. Everything in there you'll know how to use, which I think is important. I think
Okay.
is absolutely important. When
So
you buy
Jim,
another trauma kit, there might be added stuff that you have no idea what it is. You
yeah.
know, these are the things that we're going to practice with in class, and you're going to know exactly how to use them.
So Gypsy, let me ask you this.
Mhm.
We get ready to wind up, and first of all, will you come back again?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
get to drink and talk about medicine and motorcycles. I will totally be back again.
I get that. I appreciate it. So, what I want to know as we wrap up, why should they take the class from you and not take the class from someone else?
Right now, here is the greatest reason. Right now, I am the only instructor actively teaching in Texas. But
Don't say it. Say
not
it.
saying that, not saying that. I will tell you why. I am a motorcyclist. I've been riding my entire life. This is the group I surround myself with. I've also been a nurse for more than 25 years in trauma and ER. I will answer every question you have. And if I don't know it, because I don't know everything, I know the people to find it from. And I'll make sure that any question you have, anything, it will be answered and we'll go over it. So that's the biggest thing. I want you to take the class from me because I want to be able to teach, be able to be out there and involved in my community here in Texas. But if you decide to take it from another instructor in another state or something like that, if they are accident scene management certified, I will guarantee that you are going to get the exact same course and the exact same skills that I am providing because this is something that is not available everywhere. So if it's ASM, you're good to go. Good to go.
And we're going to take a question. Candy wants to know, where is your home base? What city are you? Is your home base? Because you're near Austin.
Currently, my home base is Round Rock, Texas.
Okay.
So, right outside of Austin, I'm Central Texas. I have a home classroom at Central Texas Harley Davidson. So, they've offered me a home classroom there that I can set up whenever I want to do an individual class. I am teaching in Houston in May. I am teaching in South Houston in July. I'm working on a class in Dallas as well. So if you have an interest, Candy, wherever you are, if you have an interest and you want to contact me, we can talk about how we can get a class together wherever you are. Because, like I said, I'll travel. That just gives me an excuse to take my bike somewhere new. So I
Candy,
am good with
I think
that.
she's in Fort Worth. I think Candy's in Fort Worth.
All right, so just saying, I will be at MotoFest in Fort Worth, May 21st to 23rd. So I'll be out there doing some stuff. So if anybody wants to come out and say hey and that kind of thing, I'll be out there and we can talk about getting some classes up in the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Okay, and in May, where are you going to be at in Houston?
So in Houston, I'll be at Woodlands, Gibson Woodlands, May 8th. That was promoted by the Houston Women Writers. And that class is actually, I've got 4 spots left, ladies or gentlemen. I got gentlemen signing up too. I
There
got
you
4 spots left for that class. I will be at San Jacinto, Harley Davidson, July 17th and 18th. I'm going to do a 2-day. It'll be one Saturday and Sunday, so you can sign up for either one, whatever your, meet your needs and that kind of deal. And I'm starting to look at the classes back in Round Rock for June and July as well.
I tell you what. Okay, so this is what I want. When we get off, go over to the page, say hi to the ladies, answer if it's any other questions that we have missed. And ladies,
Absolutely.
we want you to support her. This is a really big deal. Number one, it's big because it is going to potentially save the lives of our brothers and sisters that are riding. Not to mention, you don't know if you will come across another accident that is not motorcycle related that you could potentially save someone as well.
Perfectly said, because these skills do transfer over.
Absolutely. And another reason why we want to support her is because this is our heart. Our hearts are riding. We say this every single day. Third, she's a female and she is starting her business. I talk all the time on my soapbox about starting your side hustle, following your passion, doing what you love. Look at her face. Look at how excited she is.
And I just went live March 1st.
Look, come on
March
now.
1st, guys.
Come on now. Tell them. Oh
If
my
you
God.
got a passion, you can do this. If you have a passion, as St. James said, if there is something you can talk about for 30 minutes unscripted and be passionate about, turn it into something. Because that passion in itself has absolutely got me in less than 2 months where I am right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And I want to thank you so very much for coming on here, sharing your knowledge. And
Thank
I'm
you.
grateful that you watch me, and I'm looking forward to watching you and your business grow. I will definitely sign up for the class. I do not need a discount. And I will promote the classes. If you continue to let me know your roster, I will promote them on my page
Thank
and
you.
what I can do in order to get you moving forward even more. And I just want to let you know I am so proud of you. I am
Thanks.
so proud of you.
That means a lot. Like I said, I started watching you well over a year ago when you first came on the scene, and to be able to, let you know that you helped me get to this point. Now, I've had a lot of people in my life. I told you before we got on, the biker community is amazing. I have a tribe of people that have been nothing but supportive and have helped me, everything from my logo to my website to helping with business stuff, and they have been amazing. You guys, like, having this is what we need as women. This is what we need. We need this tribe because we got this. We got this.
Absolutely. All right, then, ladies As I say always, go be bad, go be bold, find somebody's face to sit on because, sex is important too.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.